In problem 6.3, our instructions are pretty direct. We're going to use box diagrams to multiply some factors together and then show that they match up with the answer that they already gave us, the standard form result. So we'll start off with one that we've done a bunch of before, which is just going to be a regular quadratic starting in factored form. And we're going to multiply it out using a box diagram. So we've got x plus 2 times x plus 4. And we'll just see what this gives us. Again, we do x times x, we get x squared. We do x times 2, 2x. X times 4, that's 4x. And 4 times 2 is 8. Remember, you're multiplying here, not adding. Now that we've done all the multiplying, we can go ahead and we can combine like terms. Well, the x squared doesn't combine with anything. The 2x and the 4x, they combine to give us positive 6x. And then the 8 also does not combine with anything. So it's stuck by itself as well. So x squared plus 6x plus 8, that matches. Done with the first one. Next one up, another quadratic, right? Another x squared problem. So we'll set up the box diagram here. This one has a negative sign thrown in there, but that's the only change. We've got x plus 6, and we've got x plus negative 5, or in other words, x minus 5. Again, we go ahead and multiply first. X times x, x squared, 6x, negative 5x, negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. So we found all those pieces. Again, we can now combine like terms. These two can combine, the rest stay alone. So x squared, 6x plus negative 5x. When I combine those, I end up with just 1x, and then minus 30. And that's exactly what they got. So again, we are done here. Next one up, we've got a few more pieces here, because notice this factor has 1, 2, 3 terms in it, which means when we make our box diagram, one of these sides has to have 3 boxes and the other side will still have 2. So let's write this all out. X squared, 10x, 7, and then here 2x and negative 1. So we've got a lot of multiplying to do. We have 6 multiplication problems to do. 2x times x squared. Well, 2 times 1 gives me 2, and then x times x squared is now x to the third. Remember, we add the exponents, and that's an invisible x to the 1. 2x times 10x is 20x squared. 2x times 7 is 14x. So we've done all that multiplying. Now we go ahead and do negative 1 times each of these pieces. So negative 1 times x squared is negative 1x squared. Negative 1 times 10x is negative 10x. Negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. So we got a bunch of pieces here. Again, we have to now see what like terms do I have that I can combine. Well, when I look, there are no other x cubed terms. So this is just stuck by itself. 2x to the third. X squared, I've got 2 of those. They're right here. X squared and x squared. So I've got 20x squared combining with negative 1x squared. Those combine to give me positive 19x squared. Moving on, we've got 14x and negative 10x. Those are both x pieces, so they can combine. Those combine to give me positive 4x. And then that last piece there, let's see, I got another color here, right? Maybe not. Yep, blue. Negative 7 is by itself. Nothing else to combine with, so it's just negative 7. That does match with the answer that they got. Last one up, we've got 4x to the third minus 8 times x squared plus 3. So we're back to a 2 by 2 box. But we've got some different looking pieces in here, some different looking terms in those factors. So let's be careful here. X squared times 4x to the third. Well, 4 times the invisible 1 gives me just 4. X squared times x to the third, remember we add the exponents when we are multiplying, that's now x to the fifth. Now we can keep going. 1x squared times negative 8. Well, that's going to be 1 times negative 8 is negative 8, x squared. And we keep going down. 4x to the third times 3, that's 12x to the third. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. Now, here's the thing. When we look at this one, 4x to the fifth is the only x to the fifth term. Negative 8x squared is the only x squared term. 12x cubed is the only x cubed term. And negative 24 is the only constant term with no x's. So nothing combines here. We're just left with 4x to the fifth. Now I'm going to write this in order, right, in standard form order. So that's highest exponents come next. So the 12x to the third is the next highest exponent. Then the minus 8x squared. Then the minus 24, because, well, it doesn't have any x. So that does match with what they got, which is good. And we even wrote it in the correct standard form order. The next problem is just something you can try on your own if you want to make one of these up for yourself, or I will make one up for you if you want to give it a shot. But it was just going to be a trade in class, but we're obviously not in class. So if you want to try one of these out on your own right now, here's one I will make up for you right on the spot. Please multiply these two things together. 2x to the third minus 7 times, I'm going to multiply that by x plus 6. So see if you can multiply those two things together using the box diagrams we were just working with up above.